Hey vinyl friends and vinyl community, it's Brian from Brian's Vinyl Records, and I'm back with another episode of Artist Spotlight. I'm excited for this episode because in this one, I'm going to talk about my current favorite band, that is Blackberry Smoke. So stick around, stay tuned. I'm going to show you all the albums from Blackberry Smoke that I have in my collection. Alright, welcome back. Like I said, today we're talking about my current favorite band, that is Blackberry Smoke. Now, everybody knows my all-time favorite band is AC/DC, but these guys are real close behind them as one of my favorites. If you don't know who Blackberry Smoke is, you need to check them out. If you got YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Amazon Music, Tidal, whatever you have, type in Blackberry Smoke and check them out. If you are a fan of good southern rock, country rock music in the vein of the Allman Brothers, Lynyrd Skynyrd, these guys are right up your alley. They're amazing, not just as songwriters, but they're also amazing live, even more so live. Highly recommend it. If you get a chance to see these guys live, take it. You'll love it. You'll become a fan immediately. No doubt about it. So let's get right on into it. We're going to start with their first album. This is called Bad Luck Ain't No Crime. This one came out in 2003. It was their first record. It was released independently. And this is a fabulous album. This is obviously a reissue of the album as they put it out on CD only back in the day. Didn't get a whole lot of buzz off this album, but they did get signed to a record deal shortly after and took off from there. But this is a fantastic album. This is much rawer than anything that they put out afterwards. It's got a gritty sound. There are definitely dirtier guitars in this one. It's got the classic Blackberry Smoke songwriting style, but definitely a little rougher and around the edges on this one. But fantastic. Some great stuff on here. Super happy to get this. This one's cool. I bought it directly from Blackberry Smoke off their site, and it comes on a nice translucent yellow vinyl, which I think is pretty awesome. So Bad Luck Ain't No Crime, Blackberry Smoke's first album. Fantastic stuff. Then we move into the next release, which is this one. This is called Honky Tonk Bootlegs. And this is I guess you would call it kind of an EP style album. There are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 songs on here. So yeah, an EP style. It's got some kind of songs that they did that never made it to the albums and before they made it big. And this one comes on a really cool translucent, I guess it's a bluish purple color. So this one's pretty cool, fun one to have. A song that they still do live, Son of a Bourbon, is on here. Pretty cool stuff. This is probably my favorite of the Blackberry Smoke albums. This is the one that I first heard that I started getting into Blackberry Smoke. I remember the reason I got into these guys when I was in a band. One of the guys, my longtime friend Matt, told me to check these guys out and that he wanted to do a song in the band. So he sent me home to learn a good one coming on, which is the first track off of this album. This is called Little Piece of Dixie. It's an absolutely fantastic Blackberry Smoke album. And if you're going to start somewhere, you might as well start here because it's that good. It's fantastic. Just really good all around. Some of my favorite stuff is on here. Good one coming on. We love playing that. Sanctified Woman. Sanctified Woman, by the way, is one of the only songs that they recorded on this album as well as their first album. And a funny story behind that that he told us at a concert that I saw with him is that he went out to do this album and the producer said to him, I want to do Sanctified Woman on this album. And Charlie Starr, who's the main songwriter, lead vocalist, and guitar player, looked at him and said, well, that's on our first album. And the producer went on to tell him, well, nobody's listening to your first album, so I want to do it on this one. Kind of a funny story. Great song. So kind of cool to hear a more polished, cleaned up version on here and a little more raw, dirty version on the first album. So very fun to have. So Blackberry Smoke, Little Piece of Dixie. This was 2008. Then they followed that up with The Whippoorwill, a phenomenal album. You know, I'm going to tell you this as we go through here. They don't have a single album that's bad. It's almost like they keep getting better and better. And the only reason that one's my favorite is because it has. It was the one that introduced me to them. I mean, otherwise, you could point at any one of these albums and say they're your favorite. They're just that awesome. So Blackberry Smoke, Whippoorwill. This one was, I believe, 2012 that this one came out. So a few years after the debut album. And it's awesome. It's fantastic. Ain't Much Left of Me, Ain't Got the Blues are two songs that they play constantly. Two of my favorite songs of theirs are on here. Pretty Little Lies, Six Ways to Sunday, and Up the Road is another absolutely fantastic ballad that they do. So Whippoorwill, Blackberry Smoke, awesome album. All right, the next album that they put out here, this is 2014. This is a live album called Leave a Scar. I just recently picked this one up, and this one comes on a really cool, almost like a tobacco purple burst color. Very fun. Amazing band live, and it really translates well on this album, I think, as a live album. I'm not a big fan of live albums, but this is cool, and this is awesome. So, Leave a Scar. The follow-up then album that came out, this was 2015. This is called Holding All the Roses. Absolutely adore this album. It's one I listen to quite often, actually. Just a fantastic album. There's a song here called Wish in One Hand, and it is absolutely great. There's a really cool instrumental called Randolph County Farewell on here, and just overall, just fantastic songwriting again by Charlie and the crew. Just awesome album. Holding All the Roses, 2015. Really good. This next one is a 10-inch EP that was released on Record Store Day in 2015. This was my first ever Record Store Day purchase, and I'm really excited to have this. And so this is kind of cool because it's a 10-inch version of the album on your normal black wax. When they sell this now, it comes in a full-length 12-inch version. So I think it's kind of neat to have this 10-inch version. There's still some copies, I think, of this at my local record store, which is surprising to me. So I think they have one or two left from this Record Store Day that nobody has purchased, and I've thought about buying them up just to have them, but I haven't done that. And but this is real fun. It's an acoustic versions of some of the songs that came off of the previous album. So just real fun to have. Really cool Record Store Day release. Then, of course, we followed up that album with 2016's. This is Fire in the Hole. This is Like an Arrow. Just absolutely fantastic album again. This one, a lot of people claim is their favorite as well. It's just an absolutely just amazing album. The songs on here, Waiting for the Thunder, they still do that one live. They do Let It Burn live still. Another one, Like an Arrow, the title track is fantastic. Running Through Time, if you like Up the Road, check out Running Through Time. Absolutely awesome song. So just another solid effort by Blackberry Smoke. These guys put out amazing songs, and this is no exception. Then the most recent studio album is next here. This one came out in 2018. This is called Find a Light, and wow, just blown away by this album. Like I said, they just don't have bad albums, and they seem to be getting better and better every time they write new stuff, and this is no exception. Now, good story here is I finally was able to see Blackberry Smoke live on this tour. I took my son, who at the time he was 10 years old. They played a show at the zoo, and I was able to get tickets to that, and they were absolutely unbelievable live. Reason I hadn't seen them live before that is that I was in a band or a duo for many years, and every time they announced a concert, we were already booked for that day and that night. All the shows that they did always seemed to either be on a Friday or a Saturday here in Minnesota, and so I was never able to go. Well, this show was on a Tuesday night, which was perfect in summer, and then they came back again the next time on a Thursday evening, and I will be going to see them again on a Thursday evening in September. So I'm uber excited because now that I'm finally able to go catch them in concert, I am catching them on every show that they do here, and that they're just awesome. So Find a Light is the most recent studio album from Blackberry Smoke. It's absolutely fantastic. Highly recommended here. Songs to look for: Run Away From It All is absolutely great. Medicate My Mind is absolutely fantastic. Let Me Down Easy, again, if you like that up the road type vibe, Let Me Down Easy is another good one for that. Mother Mountain is a great song. Just filled with great songs. Highly recommended this as well. Find a Light. And last but certainly not least, this one came out late last year. This is a acoustic album. It kind of features some acoustic songs done live from Southern Ground. So they went to Southern Ground and performed several songs live from the previous album that I just showed. And here it is here. This is Blackberry Smoke, the Southern Ground Sessions. Awesome acoustic stuff. Amanda Shires is featured on here in a cover of Tom Petty's You Got Lucky, which is, I think, absolutely phenomenal. And just a real cool vibe. If you want to get that nice acoustic. They toured on this, and that was a show that I took my wife to this last spring. They toured on this album and did an all acoustic show, which was just really awesome. It was really cool to hear them play some of the songs that I've never heard them do acoustically before. So that was real fun. And then they of course did a lot of these songs as well. Just awesome, awesome, awesome. I can't say as if you couldn't get the vibe I'm putting off here in this video. I love this band. I love this band. And everything they do I've enjoyed to the fullest. So if you like Southern rock, country rock type stuff, please do yourself a favor and check out Blackberry Smoke. It doesn't matter what album you pick up, just go ahead and do that. If you want some song recommendations, leave a comment below. I will happily tell you what kind of songs you like. Just tell me what kind of music you're into, and I can direct you to some songs that I think you'll really enjoy. But you can't go wrong with almost any of them. So check them out. They're absolutely fantastic. If you like them, let me know, man. I love hearing other people who love Blackberry Smoke. They're my jam, man. They're the guys I love most and listen to the most often. So thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, please go ahead and give a thumbs up. Subscribe down below. Got to get these subscribers going here. I thank everybody who subscribed currently and watches these videos. I love when you interact with them. So please leave a comment below. Questions, comments, anything. Let me know. And until next time, keep spinning, vinyl friends.